Hi, in this video I will show you how to create a simple HTML form and insert data in MySQL database. So let's get started. Open your favorite IDE for writing HTML CSS. I am using brackets, but you can use Sublime Text, Atom or anything you want. Go to File, New, and I am going to create a folder inside XAMPP htdocs. I will name it CRUD, CRUD, for create, read, update and delete. I am going to save that inside the CRUD folder, and I will name it index.php. Next, I will create the HTML template for this file. Alright, first we will create a div and I will give an ID of main, and inside this div I will create a form. So write form, method, post and action within PHP echo $_ server PHP _ self. Alright, so it will basically post on the same page. Okay, we need to close the PHP tag as well. Form is closed. Inside this form we will create a table for which we want to ask for information like name, gender, city, a checkbox with I am available or not, and a submit button. So write table and for border 0, and this table will have table row or tr, and the first td will contain name. The second td will contain a colon, and the third td will contain an input box. Input type equals to text, name, username, that's it. And I will just copy this tr and paste below 3 times, and then I will change this label to gender, and for gender there will be 2 radio buttons. So write input type equals to radio, name, gender, value M for male. And we need to create another radio button for the female radio button. And this value should be F for female. For the third tier, the label should be city, and here the name should be city. And for the fourth tier, this should be blank. The second one also should be blank, so we can make call span of 2. And for the third one, we need to give a checkbox. So I will write input type checkbox, name, availability, and the value can be A for available. Let's write in the XHTML standard. Okay, now we also need another row, and here we need the submit button. So write input type submit, value register, okay. Press Ctrl S to save the file, and let's check the page. First, check in the XAMPP control panel that Apache and MySQL is running. Once you have checked that, open your browser and type localhost / CRUD. Here you can see the form, name, input box, gender, 2 radio buttons, mutually exclusive, and city, another input type text box, and here is one checkbox and one register button or submit button. But here we need to give some text as well. So after this checkbox, write I'm available. Go to the page and refresh. Okay, I'm available. And by default, I want this checkbox to be checked. So write checked. Let's save the page and refresh the page again. Okay, perfect. By default, it is checked. Now we want this form to be center aligned. How to do that? Okay, let's write some CSS for this main div. How we can do that? Inside head, we can write style type text/CSS, and here we can give the specific CSS style sheet or rules for designing this main div. So how we can get this main div? By using hash. When we are written inside ID, then we have to get it using hash, and if we are using class, then we have to get it using dot. So hash and then main, open close curly brace. Here we can write width 400 pixel, height 400 pixel, margin auto, margin top 100 pixel, and some border 1 pixel, solid, hash 00f, and some border radius as well to get a rounded border 10 pixel. Let's save the file and go to browser, refresh the page. Alright, as you can see, the height is too long. Also we need to give some padding inside the div. Width also is too much, so we can reduce it. Width can be 300 and height can be 250. Let's see. And also I don't like the border color, so let's change this to hash. Let's get a color code of gray. Okay. This one seems fine. This one is also good. Hash 555555. Okay. Come here and refresh the page. Height is too much. Let's see. Oh, mistakenly I have given 2500 instead of 250. Let's save the file and refresh it. Okay, now better, but still we need to reduce. So let's make it 200 only. Also we need to give some padding of, let's say, 10 pixel. That's looking fine. And let's change this height to 150. And width to 280, and give some more padding. I want to increase the margin top, so I will give margin top of 200 pixel. Alright, now it's almost in the center. Now I will give a box shadow. Box shadow 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 5 pixel, 5 pixel, and then for the shadow color I will give this color, hash 999999, hash 999999. Let's see. Okay, it's looking so nice. Now let's jump to coding part. Inside body, write PHP tag, open close, and write if $_ server within brackets within single quotes request method == post. That means the form has been submitted. Then we will include a connection file, database connection file, and I will name it con.php. So we need to create a database connection file, and here we will create the con.php. I will save it. Inside our XAMPP htdocs CRUD folder con.php, and here I will create a PHP tag. I will close it. Here we will write $server name. I will create basically 4 variables over here. The first one is the server name, and this will be localhost. The second one will be username, and the username will be root for this case, and the password will be empty string for our case, and the database name should be demo CRUD, or rather CRUD demo. That will sound better, right? Next, I will create the connection by writing $con == MySQLi _ connect $server name, $username, $password, and $database. So this is how a connection is established using PHP to MySQL. Now if not con, that means if con returns false, it will make it true, and then we will call die connection failed. And we will concatenate this with the MySQLi _ connect error, that is the error number. We will print the error number if the connection is not established. Press Ctrl S. Now we need to create this database CRUD demo. For that, open browser and go to local host / PHP MyAdmin. This is your PHP admin panel. Go to database and create. Okay, CRUD demo has been created. Now let's create a table quickly. We can use this SQL tab and write the SQL query for our table, and also in the structure we can create the table by using the interface. So we can name the table as contacts, or rather profiles, and for the columns, how many columns we need? One for name, one for gender, one for city, and one for availability, and one for primary key. So we need 5 columns. Press go. Now the first one can be ID, or I prefer to give profiles underscore ID. It is integer and primary key. So index name primary, index choice primary, column this, press go. And for the second column I will give user name, and it should be varchar, and the length can be 60 characters long. The third column will be gender, and it can be of character, just one character, M for male and F for female. The next one for city, varchar, let's give it 20, and finally this is for availability, and this is also character, only one character, and we can save it as A for availability and N for non-availability, and then press the save button. Now as you can see, the table has been created. This is the database name, this is the table name, profiles, and all columns has been set as per our naming. Okay, now come back to code, go to index.php. Here write $name or username equals to $_post user underscore name, username, right? And then dollar, what's the next one? Gender. Remember that whatever we give inside this name, this will be treated as variables in PHP. So here we have given the value user underscore name inside the name attribute of this input type text. So user underscore name will be treated as a variable here in PHP. Here we have given gender inside name, so gender will be treated as a variable, and we can get the value using $_post. Here we have to give this, here name, gender, copy that and paste here gender. Then city, $city equals to $_post city. Next, availability, $availability equals to $_post availability. Username, gender, city, availability. Username, gender, city, availability. Fine. Now we will write the SQL statement like this: $SQL equals to, within double quotes, what is the SQL statement for inserting records in the table? It's insert into, what is the table name? The table name is profiles, then values, then open close parenthesis. Here the first one should be empty string for primary key auto incremented field, and the second one should be username, so this one. The third one should be gender, and we have to give it in the same order as it is there in the database table. Then city, $city, and then availability. $availability. So this is the SQL statement for inserting. Insert into table name values, within parenthesis the values we need to pass, and the first one should be empty string because we have set the primary key to be auto incremented. Now write if $con arrow query, within parenthesis we will pass the SQL string. So now we are using this connection variable, we are executing this SQL statement, and if it returns true, we will echo you have registered successfully. Thank you. Else echo something went wrong, try again later. Something went wrong, try again later. This can be anything. This can be a bug in your code, this can be the network problem, whatever the case, there can be problems. Let's run the script. Okay, let's see if there is any record now inside profiles. No. Select start from profiles. So this statement returns the records that is there in the table profiles. So there is no records, as you can see. Now if I add one record by name Sandip, mail, city Kolkata, and availability is selected by default or checked by default, you can say. Now if I press register, it is giving me a warning: use of undefined constant connection assumed con. this will throw an error in the future versions of PHP. That is, in line number 7 of con.php is giving me an warning, but it also says we have registered successfully. Thank you. Let's check the profiles table. Yes, as you can see, but the primary key field is not proper because primary key is always starts with 1. So we need to go to the structure, click this profiles underscore id primary field and change, and just click this to AI for auto increment. Click save. Alright, now let's browse our data. It has been changed from 0 to 1. Perfect. And let's add another record. Let's add few more records. Okay, let's check. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Sandip, Raja, Shikhar. All the information has been updated in the profiles table. Let's see what is the problem. Okay, here we have missed the dollar symbol. Press Ctrl S and come back here and insert another record. Rajesh, mail, Mumbai. Press register. Okay, the warning is gone, and in the table you can see much more records, and the last one that I have inserted is Rajesh, mail, Mumbai. And as you can see, the primary key is automatically getting increased starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, share the video and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this.